it is spooling up now as I speak. 15 seconds left to run in the count. We can see it from Jerry's drone.
Deluge
Very
active.
big water deluge system. Stand by for the ignition of the 7 BE4s.
Yes!
Here we go. We've got ignition and retraction
Let's off!
and liftoff. New Glenn 2 is off and away. Escapade is headed to Mars.
Woo! Beautiful.
New Glenn has cleared the tower. The cruise ships are happy. We're pitching downrange. Let's listen in for the roar of those 7 BE4 Methalox beauties.
Beautiful.
Seconds into flight, those 7 Methalox engines are absolutely spectacular as New Glenn pitches down range and is approaching max Q in approximately 10 seconds. This ginormous rocket delivering 2 satellites for NASA. Oh my goodness, the vapor is now forming as we approach supersonic speeds through max Q right now. We've had good call-outs from Blue Origin, all 7 engines performing as expected. And that shining light in the sky is a 98-meter tall New Glenn continuing to pitch down range. And that was a spectacular ascent. We should see main engine cut off in 1 minute from now. That was incredible. Wow.
It's so cool seeing this in daylight, man, compared to nighttime.
And we've gotten both of them now. We have the nighttime New Glenn 1, the daytime New Glenn 2, the best of both worlds. It is equally spectacular in the nighttime as it is in the day, and those 7 BE4s continue to burn. 30 seconds now from main engine cutoff. We should expect all seven of those main engines to extinguish. The separation 4 seconds later of the stages, and then the ignition of the BE3Us on the second stage at T+3 minutes and 17 seconds into flight. So main engine cutoff coming up in 10 seconds time. We are continuing to track the vehicle as it heads down range. Expect to see those engines cut off any second now.
That looked like Miko?
Yep, there's Miko. And we should be able to track stage separation from the ground. There goes the booster. There goes Glenn Stage 2. They are separate objects in the sky. And the booster appears to be flipping now. And we've had good ignition on the BE3Us. Glenn Stage 2 headed to orbit.
Wow.
Continuing to track these 2 separate objects. Cruise ships again very happy in the background with their horns. And we can see the venting there from the booster. Onboard views from Glenn Stage 2.
That's cool. Look at that.
4 minutes into flight.
Separation as well.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can see those separate. Maybe we'll even see it separate from the ground. Who knows? We'll just have to see how clear the skies are today. But that should occur at T+3 minutes and 50 seconds, about 20 seconds ago.
And they've
Looks like they might be
separated.
tracking the booster here.
Wow.
I believe this is the booster we are tracking, but that is confirmation of Ferry jettison on the second stage. So everything performing as expected with Glenn Stage 2 and the 2 Escapade spacecraft, which are currently on their way to their parking orbit Seco 1 will be T plus 12 minutes 53 seconds, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime though, we're going to keep an eye on the booster.
White. Yeah, we're still seeing the booster. Even though it's heading down range, it's out there. It's orienting itself for the entry. Still 79 miles in altitude.
This is almost what you'd expect for an RTAS. I mean, this isn't coming back to the launch site, this is landing on a platform 600 kilometers downrange, yet our assets at the Cape can still see it.
I think the reason is because it's so big, even though it's going out there downrange, it's still visible.
And we should be seeing the entry burn igniting at T plus 6 minutes and 48 seconds, so about a minute and a half away from the re-entry burn. This is the critical step in the flight. This is where New Glenn 1 couldn't get it done. They couldn't relight the BE4s. This is where everything could change for New Glenn. Again, on board with Glenn Stage 2, the twin BE3U engines continuing to burn Escapade into low Earth orbit. The booster, however, we are expecting standing by for the reignition, which is where they went wrong on New Glenn 1. Fingers crossed they sorted it out and got it fixed for New Glenn 2.
It has passed apogee, it's now coming back down on its trajectory. And a reminder, the landing will occur about 600 kilometers downrange. That is very similar to a booster landing from Falcon 9, for example. So we're still tracking this, and I think it is just because it's huge. That's probably the only reason we're still tracking this.
Indeed, we are 30 seconds away from the entry burn. Toya, very briefly, we have you back with us. How was that launch from your perspective?
Unbelievable. I'm on a hotel balcony. The window and the doors were rattling and shaking like crazy. That is quite a deep rumble to it. The base spectacular, the colors amazing, especially as it started to get higher up into the atmosphere. To see it looked almost pure white from the blue of those BE4 engines. Unreal.
Under 10 seconds away now from the entry burn. Stand by for the reignition. Will they do it? It looks like we've got a little bit of a vapor cone forming there almost. Stand by for the reignition. How we still have vision of this is beyond my brain. Stand by, we should be seeing it momentarily. There we go! Woo! 3 BE4s reignited on the booster. They've done it. The re-entry burn is firing. They're fighting fire with fire and slowing down to protect itself from the aerodynamic forces of re-entry. Look at that entry burn go!
It's the same thing that we see with the fucking entry burn, right? The line, it's sort of perpendicular to the one of the engines. Look at that.
And everyone at the Cape is losing their mind, and rightly so. We now have the shutdown, the planned shutdown of those BE4 engines. Landing burn coming up in 50 seconds time. Now this is where things are about to get very, very exciting indeed. Somehow we are still tracking this booster from Blue Origin as it heads down range. We are now a minute away from landing on Jacqueline. New Glenn could become the second orbital class launch vehicle to propulsively land its booster back on Earth, and we are less than a minute away from that potentially becoming a reality. Look at this thing come back through the atmosphere. The Comet thermal protection system is glowing, less than 10 seconds away now from that landing burn igniting.
Come on,
my heart is absolutely racing. Come on, landing burn. You've got this, New Glenn. Through the clouds. Standing by for reignition. There's the reignition of the BE4 engines. Oh my goodness. It's coming back through the clouds. Through the clouds. Let's see if we can go on board with Jacqueline. On board with the booster. Where's Jacqueline? There's the ocean. Oh, there's the landing legs. But where is Jacqueline? There it is. There is Jacqueline.
Oh.
Oh, it looks like we're slightly off target. It looks like we're slightly off target. And it looks like we have gotten a splashdown of New Glenn 2.
What?
Or is it on the deck? It was hovering. It's on the deck. They've done it.
No.
Oh my goodness. On the second attempt on the second time of asking, Blue Origin,
Okay.
New Glenn is on the deck of Jacqueline.
That was surreal.
Beautiful.
That was such a weird landing burn, but it worked.
They absolutely nailed it. Very reminiscent of what they do with New Shepard, where it kind of goes off center a little bit, corrects itself, and touches down. Got a little nervous, I was giving you a splashdown, but wow!
It looked off center. They basically did a New Shepard landing, but at an enormous scale on Jacqueline. And New Glenn stage 1 is vertical on the drone ship. They've only gone and done it.
That was cool, man. That is so cool.
We now live in an age where 2 organizations can propulsively land an orbital class rocket booster. We have 2 partially reusable orbital class launch vehicles active online from the Cape. Oh my goodness, things can only get better from here. I cannot believe what I have just seen on this live stream right now.
By the way,
Oh my
the
goodness
trajectory
gracious.
continues to be normal. So,
Yep.
We should not forget about Glenn Stage 2, of course. Thank you, Sawyer.
that's
At T
great.
plus
Absolutely.
At T plus 12 minutes and 53 seconds, that is when we will see Seco 1 of the BE3Us. So keep an eye on the right-hand picture, because that is the second stage, continuing to burn through 12,500 miles an hour.
For the callouts, 2 minutes remaining on the GS2, Glenn Stage 2, wow.
I'm going to need a few deep breaths after that.
That was visually one of the most exciting launches in a long time. Again, it's weird because you see the orangish flame at the beginning, and then as it goes up, then it looks like the flame disappears. Also now starting to see the sort of not-the-lesson cloud effect from where, right after it passed through Max Q, and you see that kind of trail coming behind it in the sky. Absolutely beautiful view still, even though the rocket is, at least the stage 1 is landed.
Alex,
1 minute
yeah,
remaining.
I don't want to take anything away from this booster, but it does appear a
No,
little
of
bit
course.
close to the deck.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's because of a different landing leg design or whatever. I was just trying to look at the details of like what we've seen. It's so different, of course, from Falcon 9 and everything. So it might just be part of the design. As I said, you know, we are not very familiar with this new booster, so we'll just get used to it, I guess.
Look, we're getting a replay, an
We're
instant
getting a
replay
replay.
of the landing from Blue Origin. Look
Wow,
at
look
this
at
thing
that.
slide over and center itself on the deck under the power of a single center BE4 engine and touchdown. That was 4 minutes ago, roughly, on the deck of Jacqueline. That was incredible, absolutely incredible. This is a Falcon 9-like landing at the scale of Starship. That was just incredible. And we should focus now because we have Seco coming up.
That's a picture from, well, first was Ryan Weber, then Sawyer, and I just heard second engine cut off. They are in orbit. Once again.
Fantastic.
We've only gone and done it.
Yeah. This is huge. This is 2 partially reusable orbital class launch vehicles capable of delivering payloads to orbit, flight proven. We are living in the future right now.
So about those launch dates, they might be sooner.
And if they bring this thing back and they are capable of and they reuse the first booster they've landed, I mean the launch rates for New Glenn. If you like big rockets, there's plenty more big rockets coming next year, ladies and gentlemen. Blue Origin very happy, of course, as they rightly deserve to be.
They should, yeah, they should be very, very happy.
They
No
deserve
other.
every bit of credit.
No other launch vehicle in the history of the world, okay, no other launch vehicle has landed its first stage booster on the second flight. The second flight. It took Starship 5 flights. Alex, I'm sure you'll have the number for Falcon 9.
Well, Falcon 9 had many splashdown attempts and whatnot. The first landing was on its third landing attempt, but it was its 20th flight. So it's a bit of a messy way of calibrating it, but yeah.
They've got the champagne flowing at Blue Origin already, and they rightly deserve it because, I mean, the cruise ship, slightly annoying, but my god, did the views make up for it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, deep breaths, everybody, because even though we've got a booster back on the ground, or back at sea, the show ain't over yet, because at T plus 25 minutes and 0 seconds, so in 10 minutes or 9 minutes time, we will have the second stage reigniting its BE3U engines to perform the burn to deliver Escapade to its trajectory headed out to L2. So still some nail-biting moments to come, but in terms of the most visually spectacular, well, that was the booster. It looks like we're getting a replay maybe
The
of
replay.
mission control during the landing. Oh my goodness. They deserve this so much. Blue Origin have been working so hard for so long. Yeah, I mean, New Glenn Stage 1, back on Earth. Back on Earth.